All right, so we have a Arduino controlled Fox now. And what we're using is pin 11 and the tone function. And we're running that out of pin 11 to this jumper that goes to this 470 microfarad capacitor. And then that runs to a stereo cable, and the ground is connected to ground, so for audio, and that gives us the electrical path to the Arduino. And we're using 145.010, and I'm receiving it up here on this radio. And we're transmitting at 1 watt from the UV-5R. And this is kind of a less expensive way to make a Fox transmitter. Of course, the UV-5R goes down to 1 watt on low power and 4 or 5 watts on high power. I can't remember from the data sheet. So we're going to do a little bit of typing and calculations to let you know how this thing might perform in a Fox box in comparison to the Raspberry Pi controlled Fox box that I built previously. So this is a little bit less expensive because this is all you need in the box itself. You can do everything else through the Arduino IDE, you program it, and of course you'll have a power supply and then any connectors inside of the box you might want. All right guys, so we're going to look at the code for my Fox box, the Arduino. And if you start out at w1rcp.com, you can find the Arduino sketch linked right here from my Google Drive. And you have a PDF of this image right here that shows the wiring diagram and of course a short post, because this picture hopefully sums everything up. I am going to explain the code, and so we're going to start with the comments. This is released under the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. This is the formula for how I came up with the CW code speed. And these are the variables that you can change to make this your own. The most important one, though, is the call, which is on line 26. So let's go through this. No F5, and F5 is 698.5 hertz. So I just made it a round number. This is 698, which is pretty close to the 700 hertz side tone that I use. The next one is audio out. I use pin 11 as the output for audio. I think you can choose any pulse width modulation. Edit these to make it your own. Your call would be your call. Fox day is basically just the identification. This is Fox day W1RCP, or Fox from W1RCP. This is your taunting text message from your Fox. For those that do know Morse code, of course, they would be able to hear it and maybe get a chuckle out of it. This is the Fox, come get me, with an equal sign. Then we concatenate them into an identification string, so text 1 plus the call, so that'd be Fox day, your call. And then the text final is an identification with your taunting text and another identification. The next couple of lines, the only one that you really need to change is digital speed value is in words per minute. The rest of this is just mathematically computed from the ARRL publication, which uses a standard code speed for Paris and a 50 unit standard, so 50 units dots and dashes per minute. That's where they get the 1.2 seconds, and then of course you take however many characters you want. That gives you your dit speed. So we take U is 1200 divided by your digital speed value, and that is in milliseconds. So then of course we have a dit is just the value in milliseconds. A da is 3 times that value. A space is 1, and you can change that. If you want a longer space, go with it. I like longer spaces, and you'll see in a function in just a minute there's a word pause that I use that's actually 5 spaces. This integer is for the length of your string, so whatever you type up here, you don't have to worry about it. You don't even have to worry if it's in uppercase or lowercase. All of that is going to be handled. Finally, this unsigned long is your wait time. This is 3 minutes. which is 3 times 60 seconds times 1,000 to convert it into milliseconds. You can make that whatever time you want for your Fox. If you want it to be quiet for a really long time, you make this number larger. If you want it to have a shorter interval, you could make that 2 minutes or 1 minute, or whatever you want to do for your Fox. Nothing should need to be modified below this point. These are the functions for the dots and the dashes and the word space, the word pause. Of course, you have the tone function is just the pin number for your audio out. Your pitch, which is 698, which is note F5, and that's in hertz. And then your delay right here. How long do you want that tone to play? So in this case, I use this delay, DIT, for both that, and then you put another delay at the end. This actually doesn't delay. If you didn't have any delays, it would just run all over it. So make sure these are the same value. And then you have no audio out, and then you have another delay between each symbol. The dash is the same way. You have a word pause. Then these are just the alphabet numbers and symbols. You can add more if you want to use them. I only have an equals and a period. I have all of the letters, and of course it calls these functions to make the dots and dashes for each one. And then this function, check character, is to check the characters in your string and compare them, and then it calls the respective function to make the audio. So it calls up here to the letter, which calls your dots and dashes. Finally, we get down here and we go to void setup. Pin mode, I don't know if you need this or not for this particular tone function. I think that the compiler handles all that for you. I put it there just in case. Text final to uppercase converts whatever you have up here to uppercase letters. So again, you don't have to worry about it. And basically the uppercase is just so I could keep this a little bit smaller. Instead of having to use both letters, I just have uppercase letters. It makes it a little bit easier to read. The length is text.final or textFinal.length function. Gives that length in an integer of some sort. And then in void loop, which just loops forever until you remove power, we have an integer I starts at 0, which is at the beginning of the string, and then we're just using that string like an array. And you go until you're 1 smaller than the length, because 0 really is the first position. So that length of it, you don't want to go to the length, because then it might be a null and it might act weird. And then we increment through every single letter one at a time. It checks the character in this function. So it compares these letters down here to these cases and calls the function that's needed to send that letter. And then you have a delay for another space just to give a little extra time between each of those symbols and characters. And after it's done going through that string, it goes down here and it does your wait time. And then after that wait time is over, it just starts all over again and sends it. So it will start back at 0 and send it. So really, once you have this configured, you don't really have to go any more into this program. Then you just upload it to your Arduino and you're ready to go with your circuit. So you'll build the circuit as you see inside of here. So you follow this, you connect your ground to the sleeve of your audio connector. Pin 11 is your audio out. You connect that to the anode of your capacitor, and the cathode, the negative end, is connected to the ring. The tip is not used for this particular circuit. You only have to connect these two, and that plugs into the 1/8 inch jack on your UV-5R or your TYT. I think they all use the same plug, and you just use Vox. So this is a very simple wiring diagram. And then you plug in your USB into this port here, your USB port on your Arduino, and you use the other end of the USB to plug it into just a portable power supply for 5 volts that you would use to charge a phone. So that is it. And through the magic of editing, we removed all the mistakes. Hope you give this a like and a subscribe, and you share what you've built with it. I'd like to see what you actually contain all of this in your Fox box. So there are some cool ways to do that. Ammo cans, you've got plastic boxes. Some people might put it in a Tupperware container. plastic container, a Rubbermaid container, whatever you might want to call it. So I want to see some of that. I'll even post it on here if you want to share it. Thank you guys and have a great one.